There's frustration tonight at the ongoing mayhem in our streets. Notorious bad guys like the Riddler and the Joker are still at large, with the Gotham City Police Department apparently helpless. Presidential candidate Lex Luthor is due in town tomorrow when he'll hold a rally at City Hall. What message will he have for the hard-pressed people of Gotham? Will the city still be standing?
Oh, after you. We're here to see Lex Luthor.
And you are?
Seriously?
Seriously.
I'm Superman. He's Batman.
Are those last names?
Even his receptionist is evil.
Just one name each.
Like Madonna.
Oh, I see. You're down here. Mr. Luthor is expecting you. First elevator.
LEGO Batman 2 DC Superheroes, and this is the research and development level. And right off the start you have to fight the evil receptionist, which was actually a pretty different cutscene to say the least. It's kind of creepy the first time we saw her because she's a receptionist and then her head spins on her neck like an owl and then she's a robot. And the first thing you want to do is fly up here to this golden L and shoot it down with Superman's laser vision, which will give you the power suits for Batman. And if you haven't noticed, the evil receptionist is a shiny silver boss, so you're obviously going to have to shoot her or it with Batman's rockets. And when she's shooting at you, or when it's shooting at you, it'll be spinning around and eventually it'll get dizzy, and I had no idea robots could get dizzy, but once it gets dizzy it'll kind of sit down and spark and you'll just want to shoot it with your rocket. And you won't want to delay shooting it because if you don't get it in time she'll wake up and you wouldn't have done any damage, which happened the first time there. So just stay near her, but don't get too close to her or she'll jump away and you'll have to wait all over again. And once you get rid of the first heart, she will send a bunch of these robots after you. And all you have to do is get rid of them, obviously. And once you do that, then she will come down and start spinning at you again. And if you're Superman, you don't have to worry about dying, but if you're Batman, you probably want to avoid dying because the respawn time could actually mean that you won't be able to damage her in time before she jumps off and spins again. And something Scar and I tend to do is I'm playing as Superman right now, and I jump in front, or I sit in front of him and absorb the bullets while Scar sits behind me. But also using these different screens that are laying around can work. And it usually takes two times for her to spin before she gets dizzy, and right there Scar was not paying attention, and I don't know if we actually got her or not. I guess we did. Okay. We got lucky there. Usually you won't have enough time, but I don't know, maybe you will. And once again, she will send these robots after you, just get rid of them and do that whole boss thing all over again. And for this last one, it's usually 3 times before she gets dizzy. So once she starts spinning the 3rd time, you can kind of walk near her just so you'll be right there when she actually needs to be hit. And once you do hit her, she'll fly back into the screen, which you need to use Superman's X-ray vision to open up. and then just spin these different pipes, which almost look like a drill, that one to the left there, and that one too. Kind of looks like a Lego drill. Anyway, spin the pipes until they all match up, and that will activate the elevators and the escalators. But sadly, these escalators don't work. If you stand on them, you'll just stay in one spot. You won't go up, which I kind of wish you could. And Scar right here will prove to you that they don't work because he's not moving. And then here, use the power suit to blow up the shiny silver objects around this elevator. And then build the Lego bricks that show up to the left. And that will open up the doors. So for this next part, just use Superman to blow up the golden object there, and then build the terminal for the electricity suit. And obviously that big bubble there is kryptonite, so Superman can't walk in until Batman disables it. And once you switch to it, you'll just want to run over to the right with Batman, suck up the electricity, and that should cover up the kryptonite with lead. And once you walk to the right, you will see yet another bubble and some extra enemies. And right here, you're going to want to walk... Well, first you're going to want to use Superman to blow up the golden box around the electricity terminal there. And then you're going to want to use Batman to put the electricity that he got before into that one, and then run back and get the power suit that Batman had on before. And you'll see two shiny objects that this little mini scene shows you. And you'll obviously want to blow up the first one, then throw a rocket onto the conveyor belt so you can blow up the second one. So there's rocket number 1, which completely missed. Rocket number 2, which missed, but it'll blow it up anyway. And then rocket number 3, which luckily it doesn't blow up fast enough when it's not on a shiny silver object, so that it can get up and blow up that shiny silver object. And that'll cover up the fire and the kryptonite that's being emitted. And here there will be a couple of enemies, which it's the only time you run into these enemies. A couple of enemies that are carrying crystals of kryptonite with them. And then here, just use his laser vision to open up this door so you can grapple it, not the door, the wall. And once you do that, this other elevator should come down. And yet again, these enemies have kryptonite crystals, which is near impossible to... they're near impossible to defeat with Superman, but obviously you can get them with Batman. Now in this next room, and this is actually a very interesting room, you won't be able to get rid of that bubble of kryptonite. So Batman will obviously have to do all the work right there, but Superman can help as much as he can. And the point of this room is to get the Batsuit, no, not the Batsuit, the sensor suit, so you can get past that light, and so you can turn that wheel, which then lets you play Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Not exactly, but you'll see what I mean in a minute. So jump into the sensor suit, and turn invisible, and turn the wheel. Which also, make sure you're inside that little circle that's under the wheel before you try to turn it, or else you'll turn back to visible and the wheel will disappear. And then you'll see this robot and something that looks like the Bat motorcycle, and then you'll want to step on the button, which will zap the motorcycle, scare the robot away, and move the pedestal forward. And you have to do that 3 more times, which is a little bit pointless, but it's still kind of fun because this next robot dances for you. Not a very interesting dance, but you could tell they wanted it to dance. I guess it was a prototype robot that failed miserably. And once you do it the third time, just step onto the button once again, and that will break open the glass. And once the robots jump through, just defeat them, which is not very hard, especially when you're Superman. And walk into the next room by going up this fan here. This one you want to use Superman's laser eyes to get rid of the golden generator thingamajigs up on the top of this thing spewing acid. I don't think it's kryptonite, maybe it is kryptonite. Yeah, it's kryptonite. Okay, and the thing spewing kryptonite, which I guess is acid to Superman. And just destroy the ones on the left and the right, and that will stop it from spewing gassy death. And then you'll want to do the same thing over here to the right by using Superman's super strength. And then destroy that thing. And then build this lever thing here, when it lets you. Pull the lever. And that will put this grappling point down for Batman. And then come on over to the right, blow up these Lego boxes here, build the suit terminal, which will give you the bat suit. Jump back up into that kryptonite bubble. And of course the American flags that are on the walls are mini kits if you shoot down all 5 of them. And then use the sonic ability to get rid of the kryptonite there, and that lets you walk on over to the right with Superman. And once you're done destroying stuff, use his laser vision to get rid of this golden mountain thing, which will release this button, and you need to stand on that button so Batman can use the ramp to glide on over to the right, which may take a couple of tries just because it's a little bit weird. And it's definitely easier if you play on single player, but on co-op it may take you a try too. But for Scar it only took him 2 tries, and once he's over here, get rid of the robots spawning things and use your sonic ability on this door. Walk in, pull the lever, and that will cover up this other kryptonite crystal. And then you can build these different handles if you want to, because if for some reason Batman gets stuck down there, he obviously needs a way to come out. And then use Superman's laser eyes to open up this golden wall. And go into the pipe. And once you're in here, which this room in particular just feels like a classic Lego room, I don't really know why. But once you're in here, you want to use Superman's X-ray vision to activate all these gears so you can open up the safe door. And this is some pretty complicated stuff just for Lex Luthor's aircraft. And here's actually where you play the Rock'em Sock'em robots. I was lying when I said they were earlier because I thought they weren't earlier. But once you build these seats here, you jump into them and then these robots activate and you get to control them. And you also have to fight this Luthor prototype robot, or the LexCorp prototype robot. I was close. And you can't just go up and whack him, because if you do, he'll knock you away and make you spin. And what you have to do is wait for him to charge at you like he is right now, and then hit a wall anywhere inside this room and then hit him. And once you do hit him, he'll probably knock you backwards like he did there. But once he does that, he should charge at you again, run out of his way, wait for him to hit the wall, and whack him again, and you have to do that 4 times. And sometimes it's a little bit annoying depending on the angle that you're at and where you are and if you actually can move out of the way, because sometimes you can't, but it's not too bad at all. And right there he hit Scar. Basically he just hit the antenna of Scar and it counted as hitting him. And same with right there, he just barely nicked me and I got hit. And that one was just a fail on both of our parts, but finally we get it. Hit him one last time, and that will get the nerds all angry that you beat them at their own video game. Then you can jump out of the chairs, which is actually kind of annoying trying to get past them because they block you from moving. And then walk on over to the right after you deal with these robots that try to attack you. And use Superman's laser vision after you use the Sonic ability on the two different glass things blocking your progress. Use Superman's laser on the golden wall that's here. And once you do that, that will be the end of the level.
What's that song? Sounds familiar.
I don't listen to music.
Either you guys know the score of the game?
I don't follow sports.
7-3, St. Louis. Huh.
Shouldn't have asked. Nice costumes.
Lex? Right here.
You feel okay, Superman? I hope you voted before you got here, because you might not be leaving.
You diseased maniac! No one is going to elect you president!
Oh yes, they will. Once we've flown over the country dispensing my friend Joker's gas, I'll win in a landslide. Since I was deprived of the Man of the Year award in Gotham City, we're starting at their city hall. Sorry you won't be there. When I'm president, I'll build a statue of you.
You're not going to build him a statue.
No, I'm not. But you won't be there to call me on it.
Wait a second! What are you going to do to the dynamic dum-dum?
Joker, I have an election to win.
But who will I play with if he's dead?
Robin's still around. If we eliminate Batman, Robin will probably put on the suit and say he's Batman.
Won't be the same. Wow, did not expect that.
Let's go get out the vote.
All right.
What the? Joker, do you know how expensive that was?
Have no idea what it cost, no.
Nice plan.
Now we know what they're up to. We have to stop them.
You think?